Finally, I just wanted to ask you, as a friend, a longtime friend and investor with Elon Musk, right on cue, as soon as Musk reached trillionaire status on Friday, the Democrats, a large number of them, had meltdowns about wealth taxes and how it's not fair. And I do wonder, especially for you as someone who sees Tesla getting folded in with this company as well, if ultimately, if we see a change in the administration or a change in Congress, if this is an investor or a business risk that they could come target Elon Musk.
Yeah, I would say a couple of things. One, I would never, ever, ever bet against Elon. Let me put that one first. Second, yeah, he did become a trillionaire, and I think that will continue to accelerate. I think the real story, he's made 5,000 SpaceX employees into millionaires. He's made hundreds of them into centimillionaires, maybe billionaires. And again, it's launching a brand new capability. Elon's not driven by money. Let me be very clear about that. I've known him well. He's driven by solving problems. And at the end of the day, the money comes because he's building and solving global issues, right? The world's biggest problems, the world's biggest business opportunities. And there is already a lot of conversation among the frontier AI labs and the White House on both sides of the aisle of taking a ownership position in these companies. I think that we're, also when I interviewed Elon on my Moonshots podcast twice in the last year, one of the things he said was that we're going to see double-digit GDP growth in the next 18 months, triple-digit GDP growth in the next 5 years. And that's on the back of these technologies. I don't, he's one of the greatest wealth creators, not by, stealing from people. He's creating value over and over again. I don't think you want to, disrupt this value creation engine that Elon has. Will there be administration risk if it flips into Democratic? Perhaps. But I think at that point, we're going to see this as such a fundamental infrastructure play for America and for the world that there's going to be any pushback on restricting it.
All right. Hope Bernie Sanders is listening, though probably not. Peter, thank you very much.
Yeah, I think, we've seen Sam Altman, we've seen Dario both saying that they're open to, providing some percentage of their AI companies, these frontier labs, as part of the economic, foundation to help uplift everybody. I think that is likely to happen, but I think disrupting what Elon has built is the wrong move for America, and I think it's going to be just a extraordinary story for the decade ahead. This is a multi-decade, multi-generational wealth creation engine, for sure.